It's me, your host. Welcome back to our channel. I hope you're having a great day. So, today I am back with another video with another book to give a review on a book which is A Path to Peace and Prosperity. This book is by Dr. Muhammad Naveed Akbar. Building a beautiful world. The idea of home. Where is our true home? Home is not only where we reside, it is the very center of our being, our shelter, and the core of our existence. People often think of home as a house, a city, or a country, but a true home is far greater than the walls we construct. It is the planet itself, a common ground upon which all of humanity and millions of other species live. Having this larger view of home is essential if we are to create a world of peace and prosperity. Civilizations have lived for centuries by thinking of the earth as their home, caring for it with gratitude. But today, in contemporary times, the bond between nature and humankind has broken, and the forests are destroyed. Rivers polluted, and there is a devastating loss of biodiversity. If we really want to create a world of beauty, we need to redefine home for ourselves. It is not only where we lie down at night, but the air we inhale, the water we drink, and the earth we take from our predecessors and leave for our descendants. With an embrace of a global perspective of home, we build a sense of responsibility that goes beyond individual and national interests. A home is where there is peace, security, and growth. Elements that should be extended. To the way we treat our world and its citizens. When we love our world like we love our individual homes, then we are more likely to behave in ways that ensure future generations inherit a planet that is flourishing and not fighting for life. The duty of every generation. Each generation is left the earth by the previous one, and the decisions we make now will shape the world that the next generations will inhabit. The question we need to pose ourselves is, what world do we wish to leave behind? Will it be a world of abundance and beauty? Will it be a world of abundance and beauty, or one of scarcity and collapse? History has taught us that those societies that coexist in harmony with nature prosper for centuries, but those that exhaust their resources inevitably decline. Today, we are at a turning point. The choices we make today about energy, consumption, and conservation will determine the next century and beyond. Learning is essential to instilling the culture of sustainability, and accountability. Science and the road to a sustainable future. Environmental responsibility and stewardship. The future of humankind is indelibly tied to the well being of our planet. Each breath we breathe, each bite we consume, and each resource we use is a gift from the earth. And yet, in the pursuit of progress, we have extracted more than we have contributed, frequently ignoring the cost of our actions. The trees contract, the seas choke on plastic, the skies fill with pollution, and the climate changes in ways that jeopardize life itself. We are at a crossroads in human history. Either we take responsibility to be good caretakers of the world, or we follow a path of destruction that the next generation will have to pay for. Sustainability is not an option, it is a need. Our quest for economic development must not be at the expense of ecological meltdown. We need to reframe how we live, how we produce, and how we engage with nature. Governments, corporations, and citizens all have a role to play in building a system whereby both humanity and the planet can coexist in harmony. A sustainable tomorrow is one in which the requirements of the present are fulfilled without sacrificing the requirements of the future. It is a world in which progress is not just quantified in monetary terms, but also in the health of ecosystems, biodiversity, and the well-being of all species. The power of education. the key to changing the world. Education is building Education is the building block of progress. It is the driving force behind innovation, the fuel behind economic growth, and the catalyst that empowers people to create a brighter future. Through the ages, those societies that have valued education have prospered, while those that have devalued it have found themselves unable to move forward. Knowledge is not just power, it is freedom. It is the capacity to think critically, solve complex issues, and make well informed decisions that do not only serve the individual but also the community and the world in general. Yet, education is not accessible to everyone equally. In the world today, millions of children are not in school because they are poor, because of conflict, because they are discriminated against, because of systematic disadvantages. Even in richer countries, antiquated education systems frequently leave graduates unprepared for the realities of a rapidly evolving world. In order to realize the true potential of education, it has to be redesigned. It has to become more inclusive, flexible, and responsive to the demands of the contemporary age. This chapter delves into the revolutionary power of education. The obstacles that hinder its maximum potential, and the remedies that can lead to a more educated and enlightened world. By investing in education, we are investing in a future where people possess the knowledge and skills to make a difference. Our fair societies are founded on justice, and equality, and where progress is fueled by wisdom and not ignorance. Innovation's role in creating a successful future civilization's growth has always been sparked by innovation. From the creation of the wheel to the information age revolution, all advances that have greatly moved humanity's march forward were spearheaded by an insatiable appetite for creativity, adaptation, and finding better ways to achieve things. Innovation is more than a technological invention. It reimagines our way of life. More of livelihood and engagement with society. Innovation is using man's creative impulse to create things that foster increased prosperity, greater equity, and heightened sustainability. The world today is confronting some of the most urgent issues in history: climate change, economic disparity, food security, and public health emergencies. These issues require not just scientific and technological innovation, but also innovation in governance, education, and social organization. Technology has opened up education more than ever before. Virtual classrooms, online learning sites, and artificial intelligence based tutoring systems are transforming how individuals learn. These systems enable students from remote areas to receive world class education, bringing the gap and creating a new generation of innovators with different backgrounds. But innovation in education is not merely about technology, it is about designing learning spaces that foster curiosity, invite failure as a stepping stone to success, and prepare students to thrive in a constantly changing world. If we desire a future with revolutionary breakthroughs, we need to begin by revolutionizing the way we learn and teach. Unity in diversity, building bridges for a better future. The greatest thing about humanity is its diversity. Everywhere around the globe, there exist diverse cultures, traditions, languages, and beliefs that form the individual's perspective of himself or herself and her relations with others. Differences often cause misunderstandings or conflicts, but they are also a source of strength. Unity in diversity is not mere tolerance, but celebrating differences as a basis for cooperation, creativity, and collective prosperity. Through history, the societies that have embraced and honored diversity have prospered. Cities and countries that promoted cultural exchange and conversation became hubs of art, learning, and advancement. Those that excluded diversity and isolated themselves from new thinking. On the other hand, stagnated or descended into strife and disunity. The moral is obvious. When individuals come together in spite of their differences. They build stronger, more durable communities. Chapter 30 discusses the significances of accepting diversity in the creation of a more peaceful and prosperous world. It cites the obstacles that hinder harmony, such as prejudice, disinformation, and fear of the unknown. It also offers remedies for achieving inclusivity, cooperation, and mutual respect among people, communities, and nations. Nature itself is founded on the principle of diversity. Ecosystems are healthy when they have a diversity of species, each contributing to balance. The same principle is true for human societies. When individuals from different backgrounds share their knowledge and expertise, communities are made stronger, more resilient, and better equipped to address challenge. The power of education to create a beautiful world. Education is perhaps the greatest force for change in the world. It can end poverty, eliminate prejudice, encourage innovation, and bring us generations of wise and caring individuals. Without it, communities become stuck in history, perpetually repeating the errors of the past. And incapable of moving into a more peaceful and prosperous future. However, education is more than passing grades or preparing for a career. It is about forming minds, morals, and the kind of people who experience the world. An excellent education system does not simply impart knowledge, it imparts critical thinking, compassion, imagination, and feeling of global citizenship. Throughout much of the world, education remains a privilege instead of a right. Millions of children are denied access to quality education due to economic hardship, political unrest, or gender biases. Others are educated in an outdated, rigid, or irrelevant manner that fails to address the practical challenges of life today. Education must be revamped, no longer as an institution alone, but as a lifelong process that enables each individual to maximize their potential. If humankind is to construct a world that is beautiful, it will have to redefine education. This chapter delves into the redemptive strength of education, how it contributes to world peace and advancement, and the need for learning to become more inclusive, innovative, and accessible for all. Lifelong learning and global citizenship. Learning does not stop with graduation. It continues throughout life. The world keeps changing, and the one who holds ideas technology and thought patterns. Personal development, success in one's profession and contributing to society depend on lifelong learning. The way forward, creating a beautiful world together. The path to a beautiful world is not the endeavor of one generation, one leader, or one movement. It is an ongoing process that demands the dedication of all of humanity. Every single people, no matter their status or origin, has part of the puzzle in creating a future where peace, prosperity, and sustainability reign. This world will not be constructed through passive hope. It needs conscious action, cooperation, and an unshakable faith. In the faith, in the strength of unity. At this critical juncture, the decisions taken today will set the course for the inheritance that will be left for generations to come. Obstacles are formidable: climate change, social disparities, technological upsets, and international conflicts. But so are the possibilities. Never in history has humanity been as community, connected, and well armed with knowledge and the tools to usher in good. This chapter looks at the principles that are the foundation of taking it to the next level. Collective action, innovation, ethical leadership, and education. While discussing how each individual can play their part in building a world not merely livable but beautiful. The power of collective action. History has shown that true change occurs when individuals come together for a shared cause. The greatest civil rights, democratic, environmental, and social justice movements have been driven by the collective actions of individuals who would not stand idly in the face of injustice. Collective action is not just a part of protests and activism. It is a part of daily decisions. Each choice from the manner in which humans vote to the manner in which they buy goods and interact with their communities determines the path society follows. The role of happiness and well being in a better world. Happiness tends to be seen as something that people pursue on their own, something they must find for themselves. Yet, happiness and well being are not merely personal issues. The basis of a healthy society. A world in which individuals are content, mentally and physically healthy, and in possession of the resources necessary to thrive is a world that is more peaceful, innovative, and human. When individuals are satisfied, they impact their families, communities, and workplaces in a positive way. And workplaces in a positive way, creating a ripple effect that makes society overall more resilient. But with all the advances in technology, medicine, and economics, a lot of people today are experiencing stress, anxiety, and discontent. Why is it that with all the more material comforts ever before, societies continue to be plagued by depression and discontent? The reason lies in knowing what happiness really is and how well being can be fostered at both individual and societal levels. Happiness is not the lack of suffering, but the existence of meaning, connection, and purpose. A genuinely wealthy world is not one that gains riches, but one that values human flourishing. This chapter ventures into the domain of happiness, role in individual and societal success, the science of well-being, and individuals can collaborate to produce a world in which joy is not an amenity but an inalienable right. Social and community development. Governments must empower community building processes. Encourage volunteering and provide investments in communal spaces where people can meet and interact with others. When citizens feel supported and belong to something, happiness improves. The role of forgiveness in healing and creating a better world. Forgiveness is a powerful and transformative energy, both at the level of individual and societies. It is a crucial ingredient in healing, especially where healing from past wrongs, trauma, or conflict is required. On a mass scale, forgiveness can heal communities, repair fractured relationships, and even construct bridges between countries. Forgiveness makes it possible to restore peace and enables both groups, and individuals to proceed with new strength, hope, and understanding. Forgiveness, though, is frequently misunderstood. It does not excuse hurtful behavior or forget the pain inflicted. Rather, forgiveness is a deliberate decision to let go of the hold of resentment and anger that tends to tie us to the past. And it is a choice to no longer let these negative feelings dominate our lives. Forgiveness is an emotional freedom process that ultimately serves both the forgiver and the forgiven. It leads to reconciliation, inner peace, and personal growth. This book will discuss the nature of forgiveness, its ability to heal individuals and society, and how it can be a key to achieving a more peaceful and prosperous world. We will discuss the psychological, social, and cultural dynamics of forgiveness, how it is practiced, and how it can result in a lasting transformation at both the personal and societal levels. Forgiveness means getting the understanding of the effect of the wrongdoer's action but deciding to let go of the emotional charge on that heart. It's about trusting again, letting go of resentment, and moving forward with a fresh sense of respect for one another. Forgiveness can be the healing salve that cures estrangements between generations in family relationships, parents and children, brothers and sisters, and extended family members all have to deal with misunderstandings and moments of hurt. But when people opt for forgiveness and reconciliation, the whole family is likely to feel revitalized and reconciled. Family of forgiveness tends to be the core of healing generations, whereby the past wounds don't shape the future. So this is all we have from this book. I hope you guys liked it, and if you wanted to buy this book, you can buy it from our Amazon page, BestBook4u, which link is available in description. And if you wanted to suggest any other book, you can tell me in the comment section. So I'll be back with another video. Till then, just take care and goodbye.